What's up, guys? This is Coach Matt with our Flex Friday workout. Let's get right to it. Warm up, 2 rounds, 2 minutes cardio at the beginning of each round. Then I want you to do some child pose twists. So we'll get into the child pose. I'm sitting down on my heels, kind of pulling away from my hands, and I'm sliding the back of my hand so that my cheek is reaching towards the ground, and then I'm twisting back upwards towards the sky. Maybe 4 reps of each side like that, and then sit forward into our scorpion stretch. All right, and you can take your time on this one. No real rush to get into it because the workout is not going to be on the clock or for time. So make sure you get a good stretch out of the chest and shoulders as well as your torso on those warm-up exercises. We're going to finish with scap push-ups plus shoulder taps from the down dog position. So I'm going to go to my down dog position and I'm just doing scap push-ups, and this will complete the circuit of every direction of scapular motion for the week. Right, so we got pushing vertically, pushing horizontally, pulling horizontally, right? And then from here, I want to do shoulder taps. I'm reaching one hand up, touching the shoulder on the opposite one, okay? So 8 reps of each of those on the down dog scap push-ups. Last one is plank walk. We're just going to take 8 steps to the left and 8 steps to the right in the plank position, right? So moving opposite hand and foot at the same time. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? So just moving laterally. Try to move your opposite hand and foot at the same time when you're doing the plank walk, all right? And then you finish with some ab mat sit-ups just to round out the warm-up. When we finish with that, we can get into our workout setup. The workout is based around bench press, right, which is our core pressing movement, and this is our tempo week for bench press. So we will be performing a pause bench, right? So what that means is we're going to have 60 to 70% on the bar. We're not doing a lot of reps, but we will spend a considerable amount of time under tension. In control, I'm coming down to my chest and I'm giving it like 1 heartbeat, 2 heartbeat, and then pressing back up. And then down in control, 1 heartbeat, 2 heartbeat, and then pressing back up. And I'm trying, when I get to my chest, I'm not relaxing or getting lazy. I'm keeping tension on the bar, and I'm not hovering it above my chest. I'm letting it come fully into contact with my sternum, and then pressing back up to straight arms every rep. Okay? And that will be our primary movement. Make sure you have a spotter for that because the pause takes away a considerable amount of your power on the way up. And you will realize how much you actually get out of that little tiny bounce that you get from compressing and then extending your chest when you are forced to remove the ability to bounce at the bottom of that movement, okay? Next, we're gonna go into some accessory exercises. So band tricep extensions. Any way we do this, I want elbows glued to your body, right? Do not let the elbows leave the body, and think about thumbs right about your chin, and then squeeze and turn out at the bottom, okay? So this is tricep. That is the big muscle on the back side of your arm that opens your elbow up, all right? And then we're gonna have either 1 or 2, doesn't really matter, I'll demo with 1. So if I had 1 heavy dumbbell, I'm doing 12 reps of a push press on each one. And today I'm specifically saying push press. So I don't want to see you go in so heavy that you have to jerk it. Try to keep your feet planted on the ground. 1 single hip extension. And we have 2 separate objects for this. Whether you're doing them 2 at a time or 1 at a time, they're not connected, so no barbell on that one, all right? Next, we're gonna go to a band curl. And now I'm standing on the band. So this is the opposite side muscle from the tricep. Now we're doing the bicep muscle. So this is the muscle that closes your elbow or flexes the elbow. We're going, again, elbows glued to the side, squeeze and pull towards your shoulders, okay? That's our band curl. Keep that band out because you're gonna want it for a second. Now we're gonna do some drop sets on push-ups, right? And what we're gonna do is 2 resistance levels on push-ups. And I'll let you figure this out if you wanna do it the way that I have it written, or if you wanna try another alternate resistance method. But in general, what you need is resistance level A that is relatively challenging, right? That allows you to get, say, call it 12 to 20 reps until failure, right? And we're doing ideally, we're doing just regular push-ups, so all the way down, and then extend the arms until the arms are straight. When I hit failure, I'm just gonna take a very short amount of time and change resistance level to something less, right? So this is resistance level B, right? And on this one, I'll show you how to do this. I just made a double loop around the band. So this is the band. I made a figure 8 and then folded it on itself, all right? So now I've got 2 straps of the band on each side of me, and I'm putting it around my arms so that when I get into the push-up position, the further down I go, the more the band stretches, and it helps me by giving me a little bit of assistance on the way down, right? And now I'm gonna do, again, a second set of push-ups to failure on that mode of push-ups. So you're getting 2 sets to failure of push-ups, relatively close back to back. Should not be able to get as many on the second set as you did on the first set. Finish with monkey hang to failure. So now I'm just going over to a bar, finding a bar I can hang from, getting up there and hanging as long as I can hang. And what I'll say is I would like for it to be a minimum of 30 seconds. So if you don't think you can hang for 30 seconds with your feet off the ground, get to one where you can stand, go to your tippy toes and just barely pull your feet off the ground. And when you feel like you're gonna drop, put your toes down, right? Or just put one toe down until you can maintain the grip on the bar, and try to fight it out a little bit longer with a little bit less resistance. And that'll be kind of like a drop set for your monkey hang. Really good for shoulder, tensile strength in the shoulder, for grip strength, shoulder health, all those things happen with the monkey hang. It's a very important exercise. That's why we do it so much. After you finish all of that, you will have an option for Flex Friday Cash Out. This is one of my favorite shoulder and chest exercise sequences. I'm not gonna set up the whole thing right now because it's a lot of logistics, but I'll just explain how it works. Is in general, you would start with the bar with about 50% of your max weight on it, okay? And you can have a bunch of different increments of weights on it. One of the easier ways to do it is just load it with all 10s or just load it with all 5s. All of those are fine. So let's say I put it at, I had 4 10-pound weights on each side, so that's 125 pounds, which is close to half my max. All right, and then what I do with that 125 pounds with 8 total 10-pound plates on it, and I'd have somebody spotting me while I do it, is I do reps to failure. So let's say I get 22 reps, and then they spot it off me, get it back in the rack, pull one of those 10-pound plates off each time, right? Which is somewhere less than 10%, maybe that's like 8%, somewhere around that, and a convenient increment. And then I'll immediately go another set to failure, this time with 105 pounds, right? And then again, hit failure, get it spotted off me, spotter pulls off 2 more plates, now I've got 85 pounds on the bar. Again, sets to failure, spotter pulls those 2 plates off the bar, 65 pounds, reps to failure, spotter pulls those 2 weights off the ground, empty barbell, reps to failure. It doesn't sound like it's even possible. Like, how could I ever fail at 45 pounds? I promise you will if you do this right. If you hit failure in the first couple sets, you will absolutely hit failure in the later sets. It's a fantastic drop set. You will leave with your muscles feeling pumped full of blood. It's a fantastic way to finish the workout. Again, that's optional. It takes a little bit of time, a little bit of setup to do it, but it's a lot of fun. So try it out. And even if, I would be totally fine if you scrap the 4th set of the main workout in order to do that cash out or that drop set at the end. That's totally fine, all right? Have fun with it. Enjoy the feeling of Flex Friday, and I'll see you guys for a fun workout on Saturday.